Let me take you on a personal adventure and recreate a unique project. I was born and raised in East Los Angeles, grew up most of my life in an apartment complex called Windmill Lane. I lived in the shadows of an iconic building that was my North Star. This building was a symbol of home when I was lost. When it was dark, the building sign illuminated my path. I know many of us have fond memories of our childhood. Well, this is my sweet spot of memories I was lucky enough to have as a kid. This iconic building takes me back in time every time I see its peaks, even if it's from a distance. I get transferred back in time when we live without these electronics that turns us into zombies and makes us unsociable and distant from each other. We used to play outdoors from dusk to dawn. We knew our neighbors and didn't have to worry about today's dangers. So join me and recreate the East Los Angeles Sears building to a physical 3D print to remember a time of innocence. We're here at the old Sears building, the Roebuck Mail and Company Services. Now, we're going to talk a little bit more about the history before we actually jump into the actual building itself. Now, the building was built in 1927 as a mail-in services. Now, if you guys want to know something, every time you used to get the Sears catalogs, it was mail services was done through some of these buildings like this. Unfortunately, they went bankrupt. In 1992 is when they finally closed their doors down. The original building that you see behind me was not extended until 1927. As a kid, I remember coming to this building, eating some snacks in the front entrance, a hot dog, hamburger, pretty much anything. They had a restaurant. Underneath the basement was where I spent most of the time. There was an arcade. It was like probably the largest arcade that I knew in my entire life during that time. After the building was closed in 1992, there was talks about other investors coming in, including Oscar de la Hoya. Him and his investors tried to do something, but it was never happened. A lot more different events happened that they tried to make it. They tried to make it a homeless shelter, a university, and also an apartment building. Now, still it's abandoned, but it's still occupied by a third party downstairs that's just renting the place for trucks rentals. But at the moment, no talks about bringing this thing back to life. But I did. Here is the actual iconic Sears building in 3D format. But as you can see, we actually mimic some of the Sears iconic look from the outside, including the actual signature. We cut in color. I did put cream color on this one